Hey, welcome back guys to part 53. We should be the Chronobiologist. And to begin with, we're going to put everything into the private locker here, except for cargo, for the Ghost Hunter. Yes, all I'm doing right now, yes, I'm not trying to glitch out bounds or anything. I'm checking if there's a transponder nearby, because if not, we want to make sure we put down a transponder, so we can walk back up here later. So yes, put everything in the private locker, except for any cargo for the Ghost Hunter. You should have a few orders for him and maybe some lost cargo if you're lucky. Not a lot of lost cargo appears for Ghost Hunter. It does eventually start appearing in shared lockers, but I found that doesn't really start appearing until a bit later on in the game when you pretty much almost maxed him. So not really useful. So yes, everything in the private locker, and then all you want to keep with you if you saw stuff for the Ghost Hunter. Lob it in the truck, because we're going to be using the truck to go back down to him. Yes, and like I say, if you don't have a transponder nearby, then craft a PCC level 2 to take one with you. Yeah, then you just want to drive out of the way to where you can put a transponder down. Yeah, the area for this facility is quite large, so you have to drive quite far away in order to put down a transponder. And it seems to go by slower, especially when you're on foot, because you're slower when you're in the snow. So yeah, normally just over here it's a good spot to put down the transponder, providing there's nothing nearby. Yeah, I might have to disable that ramp. Right, because we're going to walk back up here later from the Ghost Hunter. Right, back in your truck guys and drive down to Ghost Hunter next. Yeah, so as we make our way down, of course, keep a lookout for any cargo for Ghost Hunter. You don't need to worry about any cargo for anybody else because we're going to be warping back up here. Unless, of course, you still need to rank up Biologist. If you do, you can just grab the big order, because Ghost Hunter has a very big order for Chronobiologist. If you haven't quite maxed it yet, then this order should do the job for you. Just drive back up a big order, deliver it to max route. But because I don't need to, I'm going to go down to Ghost Hunter and just teleport back. Yes, and when it comes to looking ahead in the guide, I've currently recorded up to part 63. I think it's 63. Yes, and we get to Mexico on part... I'll tell you in a second what part it is. Providing I don't make the videos longer. Yeah, this is sticking to about 30-minute videos. So we get to Mexico at the end of part 62. Yeah, so we start in Mexico in part 63, guys. So we've got about 10 videos left and we'll be finished up here. Yeah, which is nice, I guess. Finally all done in Australia. And that'll be Australia completely done. All the elimination and destruction orders completed, which we need to do here. And also every facility will be maxed as well. So that will all be done by the time we go to Mexico. So that's all that's left is 2 more elimination orders. And there's actually 3 I'm going to have at a time in Mexico. And 6 more facilities to max. Everything else will be completed. I'm hoping Mexico doesn't take too long. The way I'm doing Mexico at the moment is... I'm going to first take on every single order, then we're going to go and start from one particular depot and go from there. And with every single order available, I'm hoping that we can just get a few eliminations, and that will give us extra points for every single order, hopefully maxing all the depots out a lot quicker to do. Anyway, but once you're here at Ghost Hunter, guys, make sure the Cupid is on, so quick save and turn on Cupid. Try to interact with the terminal, you'll find it's not working. Then quick save again and now turn it off. And when you do that, you'll get our trophy, guys, the real story of the Ghost. So yeah, all you need to do is to pop that trophy is you have to try to use terminal when the Cupid is on. You'll find it doesn't work. And then when you go back to turn it off again, it'll pop that trophy for you. Yeah, the real story of the Ghost Hunter. And then once you've done that and this terminal is active again, deliver them orders for the Ghost Hunter. Yeah, it's not quite going to bring him up to what we need in order to pop his last sub-order. Yeah, we still need to do a big order from Pioneer, but we can do that a bit later. Yeah, just deliver them orders. Like I say, you can check if there's any cargo, but I'm not going to be coming back here. And when I do, it's just going to be kind of driving it, warping away, driving it, warping away. So any cargo I leave here, I'm not going to be collecting later. Yeah, so all this messing about, you don't need to worry about it. And all I did then It's any cargo I picked up on the way down here for facilities I don't need it for. I was putting them in the private locker, guys, just so I'm not left in the truck. And all I'm going to do now is walk back up to the Chronobiologist. Of course, if you do need to take that big order, go into that's like a 400 kilo order for Chronobiologist, which will get like a few thousand likes. Take it back up with you if you need to. If not, walk back up there like I'm doing. And once we get back up here, we're going to make a quick save, and I'm going to change difficulty to casual because we're about to do a elimination order. This elimination order, you have to do it with 30% or less damage, and you must do it now, because if you take it on now but don't do it, you know, thinking, oh, it's alright, I'll leave it till later, I'm not going to take any damage because I'm really good at this game, you know, for whatever reason. But if you go in the mountains, you know when it's really cold and it's slowly draining your oxygen, the yellow bar, that actually counts as damage. So even being high up in the mountains, you're taking damage constantly. And it's got a thermal pad on, of course. So it's best to just do this order straight away. So once you change it to casual difficulty, you're going to take on the orders 457 and 459. Yeah, take on the orders 457 and 459. Should be available. If 457 is not there yet for whatever reason, just keep checking on it, guys, and come back later. So I'm not entirely sure the conditions for triggering certain elimination orders. They work differently to normal orders, where you just complete one order to unlock another. Yeah, they work a bit differently. I think sometimes you have to wait for real time to pass, or you have to complete a certain amount of orders, you know, after reaching the trigger requirements. You still have to wait for like real time to pass or complete a certain amount of orders before that elimination order will appear. So yeah, so once you took them on, orders 457 and 459, leave all your cargo in the private locker, and then all you want to do now is come over to the transponder and want to beach jump to the pizza chef. Yeah, so that order we just took on, leave it in the private locker and everything else in the private locker, and then beach jump to the pizza chef. Remember, we're doing this because we want to do that elimination order now. 457, I think it was. Yeah, once you spawn in, grab a coffin board and a PCC level 2 from the pizza chef. Yeah, I did originally do this a little bit different in the guide, but I had to mix things up a bit. Yeah, this particular part, probably this video and the next, I had to kind of reroute it a few times because things weren't working out, you know, like I say, with the damage in the mountains, and there's a few other orders which I wanted to get a few more combat points with, and I just had to switch it around a lot. But yes, take a coffin board and a PCC level 2 from the pizza chef. Yeah, of course this is finished product, guys, what you're watching. I always record how it's going to be on the text guide. I don't change anything. I always like to make the walkthrough as true as possible to the gameplay you're watching. Right, so up here. Yeah, but I don't do anything off screen. I never do that because the walkthrough is hard to follow if, you know, the player who you're watching is actually doing things off screen. It's hard to keep up that way. So once you come up here, it should trigger a BT catcher. If it don't spawn, then it might be because I think something can stop BTs from spawning. You might just have to wait for time to pass, or for some other reason. I'm not entirely sure, but I have had a time in the past when this catcher has not spawned. Yeah, it might just be because there might be just certain points in the game randomly there'd be no like time fall around the game. Probably just happens for like a brief spell of time. But yes, 457 in this elimination order. So since you enter the catcher area, spawn your BT fetus and allow him to defeat the enemy. Yes, it's that one with like a spider belly and a hand on the front. Don't collect any cargo while this is happening because we're going to be warping back after this. So yes, do not collect any cargo. Just wait for the boss to be defeated. Yeah, we're going to be back here later and then we're going to collect all the cargo. So yeah, it's important you do not touch it, because once you touch it, it's going to mess about a bit and it might despawn later, or something else, or another player might be entrusted to another player if you drop it. So yeah, do not interact with any cargo in this area, unless of course it's a weapon or something. But yeah, lost cargo, do not touch. Right, should be about it now. There we go. Dropping the hellfire on him. Yep, an airstrike. Right, yeah, once kill streak, has to kill the enemy. Just grab any crystals it drops. I think this catcher type drops a lot of crystals. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the game counts as, like a giant BT catcher or a normal catcher. But yeah, you probably noticed by now, some catchers are like called giants. I think some are just like a regular catcher. Right, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put down a transponder. Yeah, once the enemy has been defeated, you can put down a transponder. They can quick save, change difficulty back to story. Yeah, change back to story, and then warp to the Motherhood.
Right.
Yes, transponder, quick save, change story, and then warp to the Motherhood. Or just do it in a different order. So yes, teleport to the Motherhood next. Sorry, not to Motherhood, Metagenomicist. Yeah, we're going to Motherhood after Metag. So yeah, sorry, go to Metagenomicist next. And we want to complete order 457 now. So that order we just did, although we took the order for Chronobiologist, it's actually an order which ends at the Metagenomicist. Yeah, so complete that one. There we go. Metagenomicist is not too bad to level up actually. She doesn't have many big orders, but the good orders for her are the elimination ones. So if you just do these, then wait for them to refresh and do them again. They're very quick to do, and they always get you over 1,000 likes. They're very good orders for Metagenomicist. And then when I do max later on, it's because I warp here, I grab order 471, and then I quickly do it again. Yeah, so now I'm going to change the difficulty finally. So quick save, change its story, and now we're not doing anything else here for the time being. I'm just going to warp to the Motherhood. The reason we're warping to the Motherhood is when we want to take a quest for the adventurer. We have done it before, so we should already have the zip lines we need. But we can do that again. So yes, warp to the Motherhood. Remember, make sure you change the story difficulty as well. Yeah, text guide's done up to part 64, guys, if you want to look ahead. Just see how things are looking. Okay, so Motherhood, all we want to do is take on order 457. That's all we want to do. Yeah, it's not really any need to check storage, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's just going to be warping away after this. Yeah, 457. Sorry, 417. Yeah, almost got that wrong. 417. Yeah, order 417 to the adventurer. We're going to take on that order. We've already done it, but we want to do it again in order to get more likes for him. Yes, she's taken that order. The reason I took it on now is because we're actually driving past the area. You have to find that cargo, so it's not going to waste too much time. And once taking it on, guys, we're going to warp to the Chronobiologist. And there's also another order there. So see order 418. If I knew, I would have probably done it now. But 418, it unlocks a big order to South Fort Knot. Yeah, for Motherhood. So later on, we're going to have to come back and do order 418. So some of you might want to bear in mind, you might want to do it now. But yes, order 418, we're going to come back and do it later, because it unlocks a big order at Motherhood going to South Fort Knot. And it's an order we're going to be doing. I think it's it's from Motherhood to Terminal Fort Knot. But it's one we're going to be doing later. Right, so once back at Chronobiologist. Yes, I'm going to call DHV because I want to take out a good truck. We're going to be going up the mountains now. And I think the truck I got is not very good because I left my good truck down at the Ghost Hunter. So yes, once at Chronobiologist, call over the DHV, guys, and you want to craft a decent truck. Yeah, it wants off-road tyres because we're going to be going up snow. And we're going to be grabbing the Adventurer now. And also a Mission Impossible cargo, which I don't actually ever deliver. Yep, I grabbed some cargo for him, but I don't actually deliver it. It's funny, because I actually did take it to him on my other account, but on this one, I just never took it to him. I guess it's because I only need a few more likes, which is going to do an order later, which I've already done. Remember that order from Lone Commander? You're going to do that order later. to get Mission Impossible up to where he pops his final sub order. So yes, once on the DHV, you can grab any shared cargo, go into anywhere nearby. Yes, you also want to craft 6 times PCC level 2. If I don't do that now, I'm going to do it at Chronobiologist. Yeah, so get a good truck. Remember, it wants some off-road tyres, it wants a sticky cannon at least, and a few batteries and anti-gravity on it. Like I say, check the shared locker for any nearby facilities, cargo. Right, come over to Chronobiologist. Now you want to take out all your cargo going up in the mountains. So any cargo going up in the mountains. Even any orders going to EFK, Mechanic, Tar Therapist, Southport Not, SEO. Yep, and then of course EEO, Aeronautical Engineer, Phantom Smith. Well, not maybe not Phantom Smith. I think they're already maxed. But B Pass, F7, SEO. I think I've said them. TFK, F5, Metagenomicist, and Mission Impossible, I guess. But yes, and put all your cargo on the truck, which you left it earlier. So yes, make sure you got all your orders, guys, and anything from the locations I just mentioned, put them in your truck. And as you see me doing now, craft 6 PCC level 2. You only need 5, but I take 1 just for extra. So that's quite a lot of PCCs, and you don't want to find out that you need 1 more, or for whatever reason you just need 1 more. But yes, once ready, now going to drive up the mountain. We're driving up to the Aeronautical Engineer. Yes, and if there's mechs up here, you can turn the Cupid off to despawn him. There isn't for me, so I just left it off, I think. Sorry, turn it on to despawn him. I've got it off, but yeah, I don't think there's any spawn for me, so I just left it off. So carrying up here, and we're going to grab that cargo for the Aeronautical Engineer on the way up. This is that order we took on from him earlier on. Yes, I don't want that cargo for Lone Commander. Lone Commander is already maxed. Yeah, but I do want that piece for the Aeronautical Engineer. And that silent sniper rifle, it will come in very useful later. It's very, very good, that silent sniper. It's a shame we couldn't unlock it earlier in the game. But did you see how remember how easy we maxed out Lone Commander? Yeah, but you have to wait until near the end of the story in order to unlock that order. If you tried to max him earlier on, it takes much longer because he's got loads of small orders which go up to him. And of course, you've not got very good means of transport either. So yes, make sure you grab all this cargo for the engineer on the way up. Yeah, I'm just going to call him the engineer from now on. He's the only engineer, isn't he? Yeah, we've got 1 biologist, we've got 1 genomicist, we've got 1 engineer. Yeah, that should be the final 2. Of course, Dolman is speaking up, so I know I've got them all. Yeah, so see the top of that mountain where the, I think it's a generator. I'm going to run along there later and grab the adventurer. And the Mission Impossible order is also, not order, but the lost cargo is also up here. I'm thinking there might be some Mission Impossible lost cargo on the F3 crater, if you know what I'm talking about. We won't actually be going there till later on in the guide, but if you've been through the game quite a bit, you know where I'm talking. Yeah, because it's so far away, I can just see there being some cargo around there for Mission Impossible, that are probably on the far side. But yes, once you're on the top of the mountain, guys, just where it starts going down again, down to the engineer, park your truck on the top. Yes, and make sure you've got nothing on your back except for your PCC2s. So put everything in the truck. That's it. All you want on your person is your PCC level 2. Now put down a zip line nearby. Yeah, so you can get back down to truck easily. That cargo catapult, you can, if you've got one in the same place, dismantle it because it's not any use there at all. It's literally in the way anyway when you come over the hill. I mean, I'm leaving it there just in case, but yeah, you don't need it at all. I'm getting rid of that cargo. Yeah, so put down a zip line. That's it. We're not connecting it yet, so you don't need to worry about if it's connecting to any present zip lines. That's just going to be the first one we're putting down. And if there's a zip line on the top here, use it to get to the top quicker. If not, you're going to have to climb up on foot like I'm doing. It's not too bad climbing up here. I mean, you might fall down a little bit if you're not careful, but there are little steps to grab onto. Yeah, but as you can see, and you can see that Mission Impossible cargo right on the top. It's not a massive piece. It only gives you like 250 likes, but if you need it later, of course, it might be really helpful. But I don't use it. I don't use that one later. But we want to come up here anyway, because we need to make our way to the Adventurer. Yes, and the top of this mountain is a good starting point to make our way over to him. Yeah, on my other account, I did have a zip line on the top there. So when I put our first one down, I just flew straight up to him, and it was a lot quicker. But I did know already that you can climb up here, so I'd actually already tried it. So yes, grab that Mission Impossible cargo, and once you got it, put down the zip line. That's it. Make sure you curve it so it reaches all the zip lines nearby. The main thing is you want to make sure it reaches that first zip line you put down. Yeah, that's the main thing. Don't really matter about the rest. So now, go back down to the truck and put that Mission Impossible cargo inside the truck. Because we're going to be grabbing the Adventurer shortly, you're not going to have space for it, so you need to get rid of it now. So yes, go back to your truck, guys, get rid of that cargo, and then go back up to where you found it. That's it, lob it in there. Yeah, so back up to where you found it. And now we're going to make our way along the ridge, along the mountain top, all the way to the Adventurer, guys. Yes, but along the way, when we get to about 200 meters away from that very first zip line we just put down, we're going to put down another zip line to go back over to it. Just so that when we've got the Adventurer, we can just get back a lot quicker to the truck, just use the zip lines. Yeah, I mean, if you've got zip lines already, then great, use them. But if you haven't, yeah, I'm just showing you how to do it on foot. So I keep running along here. Be careful because you can fall down. Yep, so once I'm about 200 meters away from that first zip line, I'm going to put down a zip line myself. I normally know because when you are about 200 meters, there'll be a flat part. Yeah, this part here. There'll be a little flat part. Yes, now you can see I'm about 200 meters away. Now I'm going to put down a zip line to go back to the truck. Remember, make sure you curve it. Yeah, press triangle to make the actual rail curved. That's it. Once you put that down, I then put down a catapult just down a bit further where it's flat again. Yes, there we go. You don't have to put this down. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad of a journey running up to the Adventurer, which is a bit quicker. So yes, put down the cargo catapult and use it if you want to do it the same way as me. And you can see that marker, that's where he is. So launch it upwards, guys. Just remember to press square to deploy your parachute. There we go. In that green guidepost right on the mountain peak, that's actually the Adventurer himself. Yes, that's his own guidepost. That should always be there for you. Everything else here is online players, I think. Yes, and there he is.
We have here, sir.
Right, so we're going to examine and pick him up.
He's still alive, thank goodness. Let's take
Yes,
a look.
I'm going to climb to the top where his guidepost is. I'm going to dismantle it and put down a zip line. So that's a very, very good spot for a zip line. You don't have to. I mean, you can put it down anyway. So you just got to go back to that previous zip line we put down. Now that catapult we just made. But yeah, it's just a really good spot, guys. It's right on the peak of the mountain top. So if you are one of those which, you know, like to make a good zipline network, this is a really good place to put one. Yes, I'm just going to dismantle this guidepost. Sorry, mate, but you don't really need it no more. Yes, and put down my zipline. There you go, curve it. Now that should go anywhere. That's it.
Okay.
Really good spot for that zipline. Now I'm going to go back to my truck. Make sure you get the right destination. It's quite easy to go to a wrong zipline when there's so many around. Yep, so once back at your truck, of course we're going to get in it and drive down to the engineer finally. Yeah, this video does go on a bit longer. Yeah, you'll find now going forward some videos might be a bit longer, some might be a little bit shorter. I'm still trying to do 30 minutes. And yes, I've gone too far. Yes, it's quite easy to do this. Yes, it's so easy to go to a different zip line. You'll think you're going to the right one, but you're not. So yeah, back up there. Yeah, so once you get down here, hopefully we can max out the engineer. I'm not quite sure exactly how many likes you need to max him. I never did test it with him. I know how many likes it takes to, how many likes exactly to max Governor Base, WEO, WFK, Music Guy, Rainbow Valley, Animal Shelter. Yeah, I know exactly how many for them, but I never did test to find out with this guy, because by the time I did start testing to find out all that, this guy was already maxed. So yes, deliver order 518. You might want to hold one piece lost cargo back just in case. And hopefully that's going to max him out. Yes, there we go. So actually 7302 max him out. I guess that other 100 comes from that other lost cargo I've not gave him yet. So yes, now we're going to take out 4 orders as well. Yeah, order 516, 521, 522 and 524. Basically every order he's got available, I think. Yeah, so you see my health, you see that yellow bar? Although it's not actually damaging my proper red health, that'll actually count as damage. So if you've got like an elimination order in progress where you've got to take like 30% or less damage, yeah, that'll actually count towards that. Right, so once you delivered everything, he's now at max. No need to come back to the engineer. So we're going to take on all 4 orders, 516, 521, 522 and 124 as just mentioned. Check the shared cargo, of course, for any cargo going to anywhere past or any cargo you left it earlier. Yeah, make sure you got everything, guys. Remember, we've got EEO next, F7, Adventurer, B pass, anywhere near there or past there, take it with you. And then what we're going to do next is going to drive over to EEO. Yes, but along the way, we're just going to stop and grab the cargo for the Adventure Order 417, which we took from the Motherhood. Yeah, I'm also going to take all the crystals this guy's got because I'm not coming back here. So yes, make sure you got all your cargo and orders going to place I just mentioned. We're basically going back to the side of the map, where F7 is and south whatnot to TFK. We're making our way back over there slightly. Yes, and as we make our way there, guys, just coming back to the likes. So yes, I figured out exactly how many likes some of the earlier locations need, but I've also figured out exactly how many EEO needs. F7, B Pass, Adventurer, SEO, South whatnot. No, actually I didn't do South whatnot, they're already maxed. But TFK I did. Yeah, B Pass, Adventurer. Yeah, figured out exactly how many most of them need. Of course, I think I've mentioned this, but just reminding you. Yeah, so on the way up here, yeah, keep an eye out for any cargo. Yeah, so we're not going to go straight to EEO. When we get over to the little valley leading to him, we're going to go left and make our way up to the order location for 417. The route we're going to next, we're actually going to EEO. And we're going to go down to Phantom Smith, then F7. And then I think we go over to B Pass and then over to the Adventurer. Something like that. I mean, you'll see in part... Yeah, you'll see in part 54 tomorrow. So down here, now we might already have this. I think I did mention it in the previous video. But I got a lost cargo here. Well, it's not lost cargo, it's actually an aid request for EEO. It's to collect this stew. It's actually in the middle of this little valley, a bit further down the hill. So if you have not got that already, grab it for him. Like I say, it's his aid request. I've already got it, I think it's on my truck. So when we go to EEO in a bit, we'll deliver it to him. Yeah, so I'm going to show you where it is. So you see that aid request icon? I think that's where his cargo normally is, but I've already got it. Yes, and where we're going to now, you see this mountain top here. I didn't really show you for that long. But yeah, you see that aid request there, guys, lost cargo recovery. So grab that cargo if you do not already have it. I do. I think it's on my truck. Right, now we're going to go up this mountain top to zip line. We put zip lines down earlier for order 417 if you remember. We're just going to grab the cargo again. It should be a nice, easy order to collect because we've already got zip lines down where we need them. Yeah, so we've got a zip line. The first zip line, you should be able to drive all the way up to it. And we've got 3 pieces of cargo we need to grab. You can leave the adventurer nearby as well. He's got his cold jacket on, so it should keep him warm. Yeah, it's wrapped up in tinfoil. Right, so let's put him down for a moment. Yeah, wrong button there. Yeah, just carefully do not put him on like the tip of a hill, and as soon as you put him down he starts rolling down. Ends up in like a massive snowball at the bottom with like his arms and legs flying out of it. Right, so what I'm going to do now, if there's a zip line closer, you can use it. I mean, that one's pretty pointless. But yeah, you don't want to go past the cargo. So the cargo actually on the top, on the side of that mountain up ahead. If I probably knew where it's going to come back and do this order again, I would have probably put down zip line a bit closer to where the first piece of cargo is. Yeah, so just make our way back over there. Yes, you've got 2 pieces on the side here, and then this one a bit further ahead, which we'll probably need to jump to. Yeah, just be very, very careful, guys. You might want to make a quick save up here as well. So if you do mess up, you can just reload the save back and try again without falling all the way down the mountain. Yes, I've got 1 of them. Let's get number 2. That's it, and then number 3 is over there. Yeah, so I had to do this because the orders I took before I included this order into the guide, I didn't quite get the adventurer to the amount of likes he needed to trigger his final sub order. So just doing this one and the others, it was enough to just get him to where I need him. So hopefully it's going to be the same for you. Of course, there are more orders available for him, which I've kind of refreshed, but this should be enough. You can always, if you ever find out, guys, that I've maxed a facility and you haven't, then just check some other orders. Almost always, when I do max facility out, there's almost always some other orders available. Of course, I just do not need to do them. Yeah, so we're going to come all the way back over here. Once got all 3 pieces of cargo. Yeah, back to your truck. Put the cargo inside your truck, guys, then pick up the adventurer, and finally make our way over to EEO. Yeah, we should not have to come back to this part of the map at all. We need to come back to EEO at some point to max him, but we don't need to go past him down in this valley. Yeah, never again. We're never again going into this valley or into a valley near the Aeronautical Engineer. To be honest, I don't think I ever go back to Chronobiologist. We have to go back to Ghost Hunter, yeah, but we never go back to Chronobiologist or the Aeronautical Engineer, or in this valley here. So once you've got all your cargo, got the adventurer and you're back in your truck, make your way over to EEO. Eastern Environmental Observatory. Yes, a lot of cargo here for F5, I'm going to leave it. This cargo here, although we don't need it, I probably should have picked it up earlier in the guide because there's a chance it would have respawned in something else. Yeah, I think I do forget a lot of times that certain cargo will not appear until you've already grabbed a cargo in that spot. For example, that's F5 now, but if I collect it, it might come back as, for example, B pass later, or even EEO. So yeah, if you are going by cargo and you don't really need it, you can always just grab it and lob it in a private locker, and then if you're going back that way later, it might have made some new cargo spawn for somewhere else which you do need. Yeah, that's probably something I should have thought about a bit more. I think the thing is I kept forgetting about it. Right, so once at EEO, we are going to deliver order 459 and any lost cargo. Now hopefully this would have got him to max for you. I think on my other account this was enough to get EEO to max, but on this one it wasn't. So I have to come back up with another order later, but I'm not far off. Yeah, EEO, I'll just tell you how much he needs. So I'm just going to hand in the orders and the cargo for him at the moment. Yeah, do not remember to hold 1 or 2 back. Let me just tell you exactly how many he needs. You might find it helpful before this video ends. Yeah, so to max EEO, he needs 10,200 likes. Yeah, 10,200. That's how many likes he needs to max him out. Still 2,000 off. I've still got quite a long way to go. But yes, 10,200 likes. And then before we call it a day, we're just going to take on an order. Yeah, I'm just going to deliver that as well. Just holding a few back just in case it's a star lock. Yeah, so I'm going to also take on order 508 for the adventurer. We're going to do that a bit later as well. Yes, take on order 508. Yeah, once it's done, you might want to put everything in your private locker just to make sure it doesn't get nicked before the next video goes live. But I'm just leaving it all in my truck. Yeah, so take on order 508, guys. And then once you're ready, yeah, save the game afterwards, and that'll be it for that video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on part 54 tomorrow.